Welcome back to the workshop, everybody. So glad you could be with me here today. Walter here at the workbench. So, I'm rough planing some boards, not paying much attention to the actual thickness. I'm just looking to create flat sides on each side. And so, the age-old question is, how do I know when it's time to sharpen? Okay. So you're planing along. Okay? You're planing along. And how do you know when it's time to sharpen? It's cutting, right? Alright. I'm going to give you some clues, some signals that will tell you it's time to sharpen. Alright. Hand planing is from a physics standpoint a very simple task. There's only two forces. There is gravity or the addition of downward force either through the tote or through the knob. You put less downward with the tote than you do with the knob, but there is some. And then there's forward motion, sometimes with your arm, sometimes with your whole body. Your whole body is much more efficient than just your arm. Okay. From a geometry standpoint, when you look at a plain blade, you have two surfaces, the bevel and the back, or the face sometimes, that come together they're honed to infinity. As Ron Hawk explains, that edge will only ever be as sharp as the steel itself. The finer the grain structure of the steel, the finer the edge you can get. Not going to go any further than that. Questions on metallurgy, shoot them over to Ron Hawk. But that's the basic principle. Two surfaces, keen edge, honed to whatever grit you care, 1,000, 4,000, 16,000, 20,000, it doesn't matter. I go to 1,000. Especially for rough planing, there's no need for me to go any finer. So that's the geometry. With a bevel up plane, your edge will make contact before anything else. With a bevel down plane, your bevel, if you're rubbing your bevel, you're not cutting. So you have to make sure that your cutting edge makes contact properly. Alright, so contact. That's the next thing. The only way you're going to get a shaving is if your blade edge, cutting edge, is making contact. The other way is that, of course, your wood has to be flat or you're working it towards flat. But you start by applying a little bit of downward pressure, then you let go, and you notice it keeps cutting. Alright? Three keys to knowing when it's time to sharpen. Three, only three. 1, 2, 3. First, you're not getting the results you want. Whether it's a smooth surface or a certain thinness of the shaving to get an even smoother surface. You're not getting the results. It's sign number one. Sign number two, you are having to apply additional downward force in order for that blade edge, that cutting edge, to make contact. That means it's starting to dull. And lastly, and this is the most obvious that you know you've gone past dull, and that is You're putting way too much forward force. You're bending over, it's like, oh, you're bulldogging it through. Planing should not be bulldogging. Okay? There's a lot to do with geometry of the wood itself, but Paul Sellers calls it the blade edge is pulling the plane to task. The edge itself pulls the plane down. So if your edge can't make contact, it can't pull itself down. So what do? You push it down. That's it. 1, 2, 3. You're not getting the results you want. You're starting to dull. You're having to add more downward pressure. You're starting to dull. You're having to give it way too much forward force. You're beyond dull. Time to sharpen. And stop making the excuse that it takes too long to sharpen. 60 seconds and you're done. You're spending more than 60 seconds honing your blade between sharpenings. It's too long. Wow. Whew. Hope I didn't come on too strong. But seriously, that's all it is. I hope this was helpful, useful, maybe entertaining. If you liked it, give it the old thumbs up. If you want to see more and you want to come back, click the, where is it? It's up there somewhere, I think. The subscribe button. And most of all, head out to your shop. Where are you? You're over there. There you are, right there. Head out to your shop. Go make some shavings. Walter out.